Hello, everybody. So, while going through and moving everything, I know that I need to probably start with Valentine's cards. I sell my Valentine's cards, and I probably sell more Valentine's cards than any other throughout the year. Probably all put together is Valentine's more than everything else. So, I know that I need to start getting busy doing that, and I moving my craft room. I came across this and I thought, would that make a pretty Valentine's Day card? I'm not sure, and I'm wondering if I can use this another way besides as an edgeable. So we're gonna run this through and see what we can do with it. I have a folder right here. Let's see. Is it gonna fit? It's not gonna fit all the way in. So what we're gonna do is move it up, put it in, and we'll run it. Probably better tape. Let me see. I had some tape right here. Don't think this is the right kind of tape. I use this. This has a pretty good hold, and since I'm gonna have to run it through again, I want it down pretty good, but I don't want to mess up the whole thing, so I'm gonna be careful here. So I'm gonna run it through this way. I don't really want to use it as an edgeable. I kind of want it to be more, I don't know, what's the word? To see what else I can do with it. Okay, so now I need to take and make sure it stays together where it is. I'm going to cut this piece off. So now I'm just going to, oops. The reason being it needs to be in the folder. So now I'm just going to run it through to that point. And I don't necessarily want to run the whole thing back through because I don't want like a double cut, just in case it didn't stay close. And let's see what we get out of it now. So knowing that it's an edgeable, I know I've got paper that's going to stay and paper that's going to go. Boy, it's in there pretty firm. Okay. So here's the cutout. And all these pieces need to go, and there's the trim spot right here. And I'm just gonna come around. And here is the other trim spot. I knew something wasn't right, and my light is not on. How do I make that mistake? I don't know. I'm just getting these pieces out. And then looking at what I have here. So that's what we end up with. So my mind is saying that first I need a card blank. Now, I find that when purchasing cards, people are most comfortable, especially most of the men that are buying these Valentine's cards, are most comfortable with the 5x7s. I'm going to trim this a little bit more. Curve that around. You know, sometimes we have to turn these into what we want them to be. Okay. I can get that one to come out. All right. So this is what I have. This is what it gave me. And I'm going to make a 5x7 card blank. Grab. So I need it to be 10x7. So I'm going to take this over to the 10. And cut. I'm going to go ahead and score at 5. Take that cutting blade and put that away. I'm going to fold it now. And then I'm going to go to the 7 and cut it on the 7. So now I have my 5x7 card blank. Okay. So with this, I want to see what I can do. It fits that pretty good. I'm thinking that I might have another idea, but I'm not positive this will work. Because I've never ever done this before, but let's see. How about some acetate? And this is the heat resistant acetate. And it needs to be cut out. But I might not use this card flake. I'm not sure yet. Okay, let me put that back. If I did, I'm going to say 6 by 7. So, let me see, 6. I'll never find this piece again. It will be lost forever now. I hate to say that. And I'm going to go by 7. I'm going to score at 1 inch. It needs to be scored more than that. So this is new for me. This is not something I'm used to. I don't do a lot with acetate. Okay, let me see now. Whichever way I can fold it is what I want to do. Okay. I want a crisp fold. Okay, and now I want probably just a 5 by 7 piece of paper. So let's do a color. I'm gonna grab this and do 5 by 7. 5. For some reason, all of a sudden, my trimmer wants to keep doing that. Coming out, the blade wants to come out. Okay, by 7. So what I'm thinking is this is going to be the front of my card, and I will adhere it to the back here, and then it'll open that way. Let's see. Then this can be here, basically, and I can put stuff. See, the sentiment's going to need to be in there. Okay, I'm going to first check I'm going to check this little piece and see if I can find a film on here. I never heard them say over and over and over again that their heat resistant is the one that has the film, and I have never been able to find it. And I always think that I am somehow missing it. Surely I am not finding a film on this. So it surely can't be this hard to pull off. If there was one. So I'm saying there's not one. I need some double-sided tape to run it through. I would probably normally do red liner, but right now I can't. I'm not going to find red liner for sure right now, so I'm just going to use this for a pinch. And if this works, then I didn't get it on straight at all. Then for my future cards, oh, look at this mess. I am making a mess. Okay. Yes, I would have been better just... But this tape is like super sticky now. I guess next time I would put the tape on it before I fold it to make it easier to get to it. Okay. See how you can see that? I know. I think the red liner you can't see. This can... What we can't even do is try and seeing what it looks like with glue. But for now, we're gonna stick this on here. That is not even. I am not doing so great yet. Well, here we go. We'll put it here and then bring the acetate over. That worked much better. Much better. Okay. Now the acetate's on. I'm going to want to make my fold better again. Okay. So this will now go on here. And actually, this I'm going to try gluing this. Get glue on here good enough to hold especially these edges down. Oop. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see how this goes. So I'm not going to take it quite all the way to the edge, but look, I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to cut it down. But these came, I've been seeing a lot of people using cloth when they put stuff down and letting the cloth absorb the glue. And these come from the car wash to dry the car. And I thought, can I use these? Is this glue going to hold this down on the acetate? I hope it does. I probably need to put something. It doesn't. Maybe it is down on the acetate. It's the acetate that's kind of lifting up, maybe. Get some of that smudge off. We can come back and clean it up later, I suppose. But I did get a lot of glue on, a lot more than I thought I was going to get. Of smudge on here. Smudge, I'm calling it. I don't know what you would call it, but Okay. Now, I can do several things right now. I can do definitely several things. So, I can come in with alcohol markers, right, and color it in. I can do some paper piecing. How about we do maybe some paper piecing? I haven't paper pieced in quite a while. And this is actually working pretty good at getting that glue off of here. I want to kind of see what it looks like on the other side. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the glue, but we'll see how it looks after it's dried a while. My thought is this. We can take the dye. Now, if we're going to color, then that's fine too. We can do that. But my thought is, after we figure out how we're going to fill this in, if we're going to fill it in, if we're going to leave it like this, then we would just have to cut another one of these out and stick it on as a backer. How did this go? Well, it would have to come this way. There we go. And stick it on as a backer. Right? And just leave it like that and be happy with that. But I'm thinking, if we're going to paper piece, we need to cover that up in the back. And so my thought is, even if we didn't want a paper piece and we just wanted to put something back behind it, oh, let's say we want to do yellow daisies, then, so it's going to go this way. Then I would come out and trace this. So it's going to give us a, oh, this is not a good one. This is a brush and that's not going to work. If you use a pencil, you can erase. So my thought is we come in we trace this. And cut it out. Now it would have helped if I'd paid attention to the size. I didn't. And then we're just going to cut. And I am cutting away the pen marks. But like I said, if you used a pencil, you wouldn't need to be so worried about it. You could just, and this is just a trial. I'm not imagining that I'm going to use this card. Now, if I did coloring with the alcohol markers, I would probably use a white backing paper, or if I can figure out a way to get the acetate or the paper, if it doesn't look bad in the back, then I would do nothing and leave it. You get what I'm saying? So it's basically, let me cut this. Is basically to cover the adhesive. I made some bad cuts on here already, but I'm kind of hurrying. So the video is not forever long. I just know a lot of us have stuff that we have like one use for, and we've used it once and that's it. And we're not finding, let's find other ways. Let's find other ways to use these. So this is an edgeable. I don't know why that has that. I'm thinking that that's where it's cut. So you can see I've got a lot to trim off. So I should probably come here. I should probably use my paper trimmer. This seems to be way, way off. I thought tracing it would work. Maybe tracing it is not going to work. Okay, so this looks like it's already not. It needs to lose more on this end, it seems like. And not really on that end. And it needs to come way up. It is going to be bigger because it's like a shadow layer. But see, I didn't come down far enough with it. So that needs to be up. That's there. So it needed to be longer here and taller up there. And like I said, it's a shadow layer. So I could just leave it like that and do that. I can paper piece into here. I can color with alcohol markers. There's a lot of options now. It's too bad I'm off lengthwise. Oh, that wasn't a good cut. See, the top is right, and it feels right to me. I don't feel like I want to cut any more off of there, but yes, now that's better. See how it's fitting, but it needed to be longer. And you don't want to piece it, so it needs to be longer. And we could glue it on where it's going to be hidden. Right? Let's try it. So we need it here and here and here, maybe a little bit here. Because we don't want the glue to show through on the other side. Oh, I was waiting to see if this glue dried clear. But it looks like it is drying clear, but it's not disappearing, if that makes sense. So this would come in here and here. All right, so I guess I'm not coloring it since I just covered that up. And I might, yeah, the video is long enough, but see, if that was longer, if I was more careful with this whole thing, why couldn't we just trace the die cut itself? Because there's a problem with that, but I don't remember what it is. You're not going to get your shadow, well, you would get a shadow layer, it just would be a smaller shadow layer. And I could come in later on some of these parts that looks like, and just add little dabs of glue, but I really want to find out something that's gonna become invisible, and then we wouldn't even have to worry about putting that inside piece in. Because I think it looked so much prettier without that background piece. And I could have paper pieced and done all kinds of stuff with it. But we need like, do you remember this? The Xyron? That might be something, but I don't have a Xyron. All right. I'm going to have to think about this, and if y'all have any ideas, let me know. As far as like the diamond press sticky, I don't think that will work because you're going to see the little dots. Because you can see the little dots as it is. So, of course, maybe with the white paper, they won't show. No, they're on a white backer. I'm not sure yet. But I'll think about it. And like I said, if anybody has ideas, let me know. I like the idea of this. Maybe that backing has helps to keep it up. Alright, I'll be thinking on it, but I'm going to show you this video because I do that, right? I show you what I do, what works, what doesn't work. And maybe you can see me figuring out a process. Maybe I need to go ask YouTube. Alright, everybody. If you like my video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me again. Bye-bye now.